Ash Wednesday Reflection by Father Allancastro Silva Vieira SVD, narrated by Brother Dan Holman SVD.
And your Father who sees what is hidden will repay you. I enter the church, and the air smells of wax and silence. Someone coughs in the background. A grandmother crosses herself. The priest, speaking in a low voice, traces a fragile sign on my forehead. Ashes. I tell myself, ashes are not condemnation, they are loving realism. The ashes remind me that my life is not a show. What is worthy does not always make noise. The memory of that sensation on my skin takes me to Matthew's heart. In today's gospel reading, Jesus is not condemning good works, but masks. The mask falls, and the face appears. Don't act to be seen, Jesus is saying, and suddenly I understand that God is not the public, He is the Father. In my mind appears a small room with the door closed, a place without spotlights where the soul breathes and noise is extinguished. There, I don't rehearse sermons or chase applause. There, I let God look at me, and in that look, my affections are ordered. The Father sees what is hidden, and that, far from being frightening, relieves. I no longer must prove anything. I can live in the key of truth and graciousness. I look out at the street, an amber traffic light, shop windows, a rush of people. While the world whispers to me, show yourself, Jesus teaches me to lower the volume of the self, to raise the volume of love. Less stage, more secrecy. I think of almsgiving, not that of the gesture that makes me look good, but that of aiding daily justice, paying what is fair, repairing broken ties, without the need to tell it. I remember Jesus' words, "Let your left not know what your right hand is doing," and I smile. This is His poetic way of deactivating self-applause, of curing the desire for the camera. In my mind, I walk to my room, close the door, and leave my mobile phone in airplane mode. I don't look for flattering words, I look for breath. The silence, at first, makes noise. Then, little by little, the silence becomes home. Love works in a low voice. When I stop listening to my own thoughts, I hear the voice that says simply, "I'm with you." I then discover fasting as I had not understood it. It is not a long face or a sad penance. It is a training in freedom. Choosing less to love more, less screen time, fewer impulse purchases, less talking back. Jesus paints it with a beautiful gesture. Anoint your head and wash your face. What an image! Austerity without sadness. At the door of the church, as I leave, I come across a neighbor who I know is having a hard time. I don't say, "I'm fasting," or "I'll make a gesture for you today." I simply ask what he needs and commit myself to helping him, without a photo, without a story, without narrating myself as a hero. The real good does not need spotlights. As I return home, I understand that Lent does not ask me for greatness, but for discreet constancy. 3 minutes of real silence a day, 3 hidden gestures of good, one at home, another at work, another with a stranger, and 3 small renunciations that leave room for love. perhaps also to establish an invisible offering. Take what I was going to spend on myself and spend it on someone else. And once a week, to partake in a fast from vanity, shunning self-promotion, and the need to be liked. I realize that in this way the ash, which seems so fragile, now becomes seed. Fragility, embrace, becomes a fertile place. I look for Jesus' final words in today's reading and am left with his repeated promise. Your Father, who sees what is hidden, will repay you. He does not speak of material awards, but of something better, a unified heart, available hands, a clean joy that does not depend on applause. Lent begins, and I want to live it as a small, profound revolution. Less, what will they say? And more, what will love do? Less, pose, and more, honesty. Less, noise, and more, silent contemplation. May the trace of ashes, far from being an imposition, remind me every morning that my life blooms when no one is looking, because there, in that shared secret, the Father is waiting for me.